Imagine buying your dream mansion on a peaceful Canadian lake, only to flee it in fear days later. This is exactly what happened to NBA star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
The Charlotte Hornets select Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Hamilton, Canada, and the University of Kentucky.
Alexander is over 6'6". He's got a 7-foot wingspan.
His $8.4 million luxury home turned into a living nightmare, haunted not by ghosts, but by the dark legacy of Ontario's infamous crypto king. Shai was on top of the world, a young basketball phenom signing multi-million-dollar contracts, looking to plant roots back home in Canada. In spring 2023, he thought he found the perfect mansion, a gated lakefront estate in Burlington, Ontario, boasting private docks and lavish amenities. To a 24-year-old NBA All-Star, it was the ultimate trophy home, in a slice of peace away from the spotlight, or so he thought. But from the moment Shai moved in, something felt off. Strangers in expensive cars kept circling the property. Late one night, the doorbell camera caught a shadowy figure at the gate, shouting threats into the intercom. "Where is he?" the man growled. Another night, a different stranger pounded on the door, threatening to burn the mansion down. These weren't random trespassers or overeager fans. They were after someone else. Shai's dream home had a dangerous secret.
Hey, may I help you? Who's this? Get out of the way! Get out of the house!
It turns out Shai's new mansion used to belong to a man nicknamed the Crypto King. His real name, Aiden Pleterski, a 20-something cryptocurrency trader who had become locally notorious. Pleterski lived in this very mansion, throwing lavish parties and driving exotic cars. To neighbors, he was the polite young tenant with a penchant for Lamborghinis. But to dozens of investors, he was the villain who had swindled them out of $40 million in a brazen crypto scheme. Dubbed Ontario's Crypto King, Aiden promised to invest people's money in Bitcoin and foreign exchange. Instead, he invested only 2% of the $40 million he took. The rest? Gone. Blown on a $16 million spree of private jets, tropical vacations, and luxury supercars. He was living like a rock star until it all crashed.
I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't want to or mean to ruin anybody's life.
By late 2022, his crypto empire imploded, and furious investors wanted payback. Some even kidnapped Pleterski and held him for ransom in a desperate attempt to recoup their money. This wasn't just a white-collar scandal, it was personal and dangerous. And now that danger had landed on Shai's doorstep. Unbeknownst to Shai, the Crypto King had been leasing to own this mansion for $45,000 a month before his downfall. When Aiden's scam unraveled, he abandoned the home overnight, leaving behind a trail of enraged creditors who literally came knocking. The property's seller quickly sold it to Shai, assuring him it was a private, secure oasis. They never mentioned its notorious former occupant or the threats tied to it. So here was Shai, a rising NBA superstar, suddenly living in fear inside his own home. Night after night, unknown individuals showed up, banging on the gates, peering through windows, and shouting that the Crypto King owes us money. One visitor even warned that if Aiden didn't pay up, they'd burn the house down. Shai and his family were terrified. This multi-million-dollar estate was supposed to be a sanctuary. Instead, it felt like a target. With each incident, Shai grew more anxious. Surveillance cameras became his best friends. Imagine looking over your shoulder in a 7-bedroom mansion because you're afraid of who might be lurking outside. After only a few days of living there, Shai had seen enough. He packed up and moved out, abandoning the mansion.
I'm out of here!
But Shai wasn't about to just walk away quietly and eat a multi-million-dollar loss. It was time for a battle off the court. In early 2023, Shai filed a lawsuit to undo the mansion purchase. He alleged that the seller had fraudulently misrepresented the property by omitting its dark past and ongoing safety risks. In legal terms, they had suppressed the truth. This was a bold move. Real estate lawsuits are tough and almost never about bad vibes. Shai's lawyers had to prove this was more than discomfort, that he was truly endangered. The courtroom showdown unfolded in late 2023. Testimonies revealed break-in attempts, death threats, and angry strangers demanding repayment. The seller had been warned by police before but said nothing. The judge took notice. On November 27, 2023, Shai won. In a rare decision, the judge voided the $8.4 million sale, calling the seller's silence fraudulent. The court also awarded Shai $8.7 million in compensation, covering every dollar he lost. For Shai, it wasn't just about money. It was about peace of mind. This ruling sent shockwaves. Legal experts called it a landmark case that could change how sellers disclose a home's reputation. From now on, silence about danger won't fly. Shai walked away from the lawsuit stronger, smarter, and more guarded. Not just about real estate, but about protecting his peace. What could have been an $8.4 million disaster turned into a wake-up call. He realized that no matter how famous you are, your name can't shield you from someone else's darkness. But instead of letting the experience shake him, Shai used it as fuel. Back on the court, he's been nothing short of electric. In the 2024-2025 NBA season, he's averaging over 30 points per game, pushing the Oklahoma City Thunder towards serious playoff contention. Night after night, he's out there slicing through defenders, hitting clutch shots, and proving why he finished top 5 in MVP voting last season, and why he's aiming even higher this year. More than that, he's become a symbol of quiet resilience. He doesn't talk about the Mansion lawsuit in interviews. He lets his game speak. And right now, it's screaming. Meanwhile, the crypto king is still tangled in legal chaos. Bankrupt, disgraced, and dodging angry investors in courtrooms instead of Lamborghinis. That once glorious mansion Shai left behind? Still empty. Its iron gates now shut tight, more of a monument to deception than a dream home. But one thing is crystal clear. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander won't be haunted by someone else's past ever again. Because when the pressure's on, he doesn't just play through it, he levels up.